Then our I-Team takes us inside a secret radio station where private, or I should say pirate disc jockeys brazenly blast the street sounds that you might not hear anywhere else.
And now, tonight's UPN 9 News Rundown.
To report from our investigative team, we're about to take you inside the secret world of pirate radio.
They are outlaws of the airwaves, willing to risk jail to broadcast their kind of music. I-Team's Barbara Nevins-Taylor is here tonight with the story. Barbara?
Brenda, they are the bad boys of radio, and their passion is hip-hop. And to play what they like, they break the law every Sunday night when they blast their music into the boroughs. High above the city, radio pirates brazenly blast their street sound into the boroughs. They call it WBAD Radio.
How long you been a listener?
And you can't just go to a radio station and say, hey, look, I want to be a radio host or a DJ.
Cintronics, the creator of Bad Radio, doesn't want to be identified, but he allowed the I-Team to visit during a Sunday night broadcast, as long as we don't reveal the location. Now, you're breaking the law. Is that frightening for you?
Everybody breaks the law in some ways, you know? I mean, as far as radio, we're playing music. We're not selling drugs.
Creating a legal radio station is expensive. If a New York City radio station were available on a legal frequency, it would cost in the neighborhood of $75 million, according to industry insiders. Instead, BAD uses the frequency shared by stations on Long Island and in New Jersey, and that's why the FCC could make them stop broadcasting. Do you have two separate transmitters, or do you have it?
I really don't want to discuss that with you.
For a few hours every Sunday evening, an ordinary apartment is transformed into a studio of sorts where Drin Star and Smooth B spin and take calls from listeners.
What up? Who the hottest DJs right now in NYC?
They give a big boost to Latinos who don't want to be ghettoized in hip-hop as Latinos.
Latinos don't get the shine that they should get in hip-hop.
It's also an open house for drop-ins. Artists who might never get a chance on commercial radio stop by to freestyle.
Puerto Rico, I'm coming through, I speak for my people. Now is the mic the counter-strike? It's kind of hard being that we underground. We trying to do the music coming from the streets, which has been the original music that was out there in the first place.
We play a lot of independent records that mostly a lot of these artists press up themselves because they don't have the funds to get them to these big major record labels and to the major radio stations.
And that's really the point. New York's hardcore hip-hop community complains that commercial radio stations don't play the music of the streets.
You know, you gotta have that certain polished up sound, happy sound, just to get on radio.
Domingo is a respected record producer whose work for KRS-One and many others gets played regularly on Hot 97 and WBLS. But he's a fan of the pirates at WBAD.
A lot of stations don't want to play you if you're independent. You know what I'm saying? And if you got a hot record, you got a hot record, basically. You know what I'm saying? It should get played, period.
The DJs dream that a licensed radio station will pick them up and put them on the air. The FCC says what bad radio is doing is potentially dangerous. The signal may interfere with communications between airplanes and control towers in our area. The FCC recently shut down another Lower East Side pirate radio station.
91.9 FM, 91.9 FM. You're listening to Bad Radio. Bad Radio. 91.9 FM. WBAD.
Genuine sickness.
New York.